Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. BMO Financial Group announced today that it has reached an agreement to sell its transportation and vendor finance businesses to U.S.-based Stonepeak. According to the Canadian press, BMO's transportation finance unit specializes in providing financing for trucks and trailers, while its vendor finance business offers equipment financing through original equipment manufacturers and dealer networks. As of March 31st, the combined loan and lease portfolios for these businesses in the U.S. and Canada amounted to approximately 14.6 Under the terms of the agreement, Stonepeak will acquire the assets of these businesses from BMO, with the consideration including cash and an earnout that depends on the new entity achieving specific future performance targets. Furthermore, BMO will reinvest a portion of the proceeds to acquire a 19.9% equity interest in the newly formed entity. The transaction is projected to be finalized in the fourth quarter of 2026. A group of female police officers in British Columbia are seeking to advance a class action lawsuit, arguing that their allegations of systemic harassment, bullying, and gender discrimination within municipal policing are not labor disputes. Their lawyer contends that the case challenges the pervasive poison in policing culture, which allegedly permits, perpetuates, and fails to remedy gender discrimination against women. The plaintiffs argue that the lower court erred by characterizing the claims as individual working condition disputes rather than collective challenges to institutional failures. They emphasize that the lawsuit targets a systemic issue affecting multiple police forces across different levels of government. The City of Surrey and its police board, however, argue that the issues raised fall under collective agreements and should be addressed through labor arbitration or, alternatively, through human rights complaints or workers' compensation. The lawyer for the officers maintains that the scope of the claims necessitates a collective court proceeding to address and reform discriminatory systems and culture. The BC Court of Appeal reserved its decision on the matter. This news is from Global News. City News Everywhere reports that the Integrated Homicide Investigative Team, IHIT, has launched an investigation into the suspicious death of a 24-year-old woman in Langley, British Columbia. RCMP were called to a residence on 87 Avenue near 208 Street around 3 p.m. on Saturday, where officers discovered the body of the young woman. A 29-year-old man, who was known to the victim, was arrested at the scene but has since been released without charges. IHIT investigators are examining the evidence to determine if foul play was involved, with assistance from the BC Coroner's Service. Sergeant Fred Fong stated that IHIT believes this was an isolated incident and is working to establish a timeline of events leading up to the woman's death. IHIT is scheduled to hold a media event regarding the investigation. Toronto police have released an image of a suspect believed to be involved in an alleged hate crime incident that occurred in April. The incident involved the vandalism of a Jewish community center. Authorities are appealing to the public for assistance in identifying and locating the individual. Anyone with information is urged to contact investigators. This news was reported by CTV News. CTV News reports that British Columbia's Ministry of Education and Childcare has publicly distanced itself from contentious modifications to elementary school track meets in Richmond. The ministry clarified that the decision to eliminate ribbons and introduce gender-neutral competition was made exclusively by the local Richmond School District. It emphasized that track meets are extracurricular activities, falling outside the provincial physical and health education curriculum, and no provincial guidance mandated these specific changes. This clarification comes after the Richmond School District had previously suggested its choices were in line with provincial guidelines. The alterations have drawn significant criticism, with a grade 7 student and his younger brother planning a boycott, and Olympian Terrence City Councillor Alexa Liu, expressing concern that the new format removes opportunities for young girls to compete and test their abilities. An online petition opposing the changes has garnered over 2,000 signatures ahead of the May 20 track meet. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.